Hi, let's talk about Bernie Sanders some more. Bernie Sanders might just be the best liar in the United States. Bernie Sanders is skilled at ranting and raving against the 1% to pretend that he supports the rest of us who are not in the 1% of the richest people on earth. Bernie Sanders, when he does this, refuses to tell you how to defeat the 1%. He just rants and raves against them. Bernie Sanders does not tell you that our country was conquered by bankers in 1913 when the Rothschild family sent their agents here to set up the Federal Reserve. The Rothschild's agents are the hundreds of thousands of attorneys who work in our government in violation of the Constitution and in violation of the Declaration of Independence. Bernie Sanders never says anything about removing all of those enemy attorneys from our government. That means that Bernie Sanders is going to allow them to stay there, to keep lying to you, to foist their unlawful rule of law upon you, which voids the rule of freedom that is the true law under the Declaration of Independence that is supposed to rule the United States. Bernie Sanders does not tell you these things. All he does is rant and rave and say that he's going to fix things by doing things like rearranging the tax code and making the 1% pay more. He doesn't tell you that the 1% will just steal more. They'll have another bank bailout and give the bankers who own the Federal Reserve and the TV networks a few more $1 trillion, even though they never lost anything, because as Bernie Sanders knows, they don't lend us any money when they give us mortgages. We create the money by signing our names on promissory notes. Then the banks take that promissory note, deposit it as cash, and then make you pay back money, counterfeit money, that you just created. When you sign a promissory note, you're counterfeiting currency. The lawyers don't tell you that. That's, in actuality, what happens. Bernie Sanders doesn't tell you that. He just tells you that we're going to support the 99% and make things better for them, while the 1% stay in power to continue the robbery. They'll just use more underhanded methods to rob us. Their lawyers will stay there to lie to us and work as judges to help them steal our houses from us, which is what they did after the bailout. The bankers all got their money, and 20 million Americans lost their homes because the judges refused to acknowledge the fact that all the money was counterfeit because it was created by the illegal Federal Reserve, and they just took the homes away. The bankers have them. So where they have the real money is irrelevant because they have the assets. They have the homes. Bernie Sanders does not tell you these things. Why do you believe him? Why does anyone believe anything that Bernie Sanders says? The solution to the problem is to obey and follow the rules set down for us in the Declaration of Independence. After a long train of abuses and usurpations, throw off such government. Bernie Sanders isn't telling you to fire the whole damn government. He's asking you to put him in charge of it, keep the lawyers in there so they can keep destroying our country, and keep the Federal Reserve around so they can keep robbing us. He's not going to abolish the Federal Reserve. He doesn't tell you he's going to abolish the Federal Reserve. So he's lying to you because he wants to keep the Federal Reserve in existence to rob everyone in the country and destroy our lives. You understand? If you see this, will you share it with other people, dumbed down people who support Bernie Sanders or who support any Democrat or Republican? Because all of them are telling the same lie of omission. They're all lying every time they open their mouth. Every Democrat and every Republican. Some of them are so stupid that they don't know they're lying. Nevertheless, they're not telling you the truth about how the United States was conquered by the Rothschild family in 1913 and how the Rothschild family's lawyers now run our country. They're not going to return our freedom if we allow them to stay in our government. We have to throw them all out. Neither Bernie Sanders nor any other Democrat or Republican is going to tell you this. So talk about that. Talk about how every Democrat, every Republican, and Bernie Sanders is lying to you by not telling you that we have to fire the whole damn government. Thanks for watching.